I'm Becky, my channel is What Beck Sews. Welcome back if you're a subscriber and welcome if you're new. Today I'm doing something slightly different for my channel and I am going to be talking to you about autumn trends. Particularly this week, dresses, but there will be more coming your way as I've done like a little mini series where I found lots of different things that are trending in the new in section as we go into the autumn months. And I thought that I would pull those pictures, those ideas, and then talk about various different patterns with you. So I hope you enjoy this. It is something different for my channel, so if you're new here, welcome. It's nice to have you here. Normally my channel is about my sewing journey, and if you are obviously coming back, it's lovely to have you back with me. So I'm going to talk about dresses today, but before I get into the 5 different types of dresses that I seem to find in all of the new in sections, I would like to talk about the colours that I can see that are very much trending at the moment, which I have to say was a little bit of a surprise for me for autumn, because when you think of autumn, you think of your browns, your oranges, and that's it. Occasionally a deep purple, but no, this time we have lavender. That seemed to be everywhere. In all of the new collections, there was always a statement piece of lavender, which I thought was quite an interesting colour, being a pastel. The other colour that I found on there was obviously orange. We would expect to see orange. Red, as in that real tomato type red, rich red. And then I also found the typical black and white monochrome seems to be very much in at the moment. And then cobalt blues and magenta was the other colour that seemed to be out there at the moment. Now, you can tell there's some colours in there if you've been following me for a little while that I absolutely love and that suit me down to the ground. So I was quite pleased to see them there. So I've broken my list down into, I keep looking down because I have got a list of things at the moment that I can go from, just to remind me, as there's a lot to go through with you guys today. So the first section that I want to talk about is denim dresses. Now, denim dresses seem to be everywhere. Denim is never going to go out of fashion. It's something that we all wear. I have my denim jeans on today and, you know, I love it, but it's nice to see the denim dresses back. And these seem to come in lots of different styles. So there was definitely some maxi dresses out there. There was pinafores. There was your typical button-down dresses. They were, like I said, in a different range of lengths, but they all seem to be relatively not fitted, but they were either fitted or shapely, should I say. So I have found 3 different patterns that I thought might be suitable for some of the ones that I'd seen on the high street, just to recreate some of those looks. The first one, which was a very fitted style shirt dress, is the McCalls M8185. Now I will pop pictures in here so you can see them and you can see the styles for yourself. I particularly like this. I felt that this would be very nice for denim. Just looking at the picture itself, you can see, I don't know about you guys, but I can vision that in denim. It would look perfect, particularly your blues and your indigo denims. It would probably suit quite a light wash denim as well. The second dress that I found was the Geri dress, which is a style arc pattern. Now, I went on to Style Arc's website looking for something completely different and came across this one. I really like this. I think for going into autumn, this would certainly carry you into winter as well, because you could wear it as a turtleneck, but then in spring and summer, t-shirt and nothing underneath. This will be a great dress because it will be easy to fix. You've got the princess seams to it as well. And I just think genuinely it's a proper good old denim style dress. It would never go out of fashion in your wardrobe. So it may be coming with the trend, but it's one that wouldn't go out of fashion. The other one that I found on there, which was also on Style Arc, was the Murphy denim dress. And it's got like a shift style tunic style dress, where you haven't got your button down, but you've got that typical open collar, and I did see that quite a lot, and I thought this just gave a different variation or a different style of denim dress to the other 2. So you've got a traditional, you've got a tunic shift style, and then you've got a pinafore. All of these could be hacked to be maxi, so I particularly think with the Geri dress it would be really nice with that one to hack that down to like either a midi, mid-axi or maxi style dress, and I think it would be relatively simple to do as well, but I do think that that would look incredible as a maxi. yeah, so all of them hackable to sort of come up with the lengths that are currently out on the marketplace at the moment. So the next style dress that I saw trending was the knit kind of shirt or collar style dress. So it mimicked a shirt dress in the sense of you had a collar to some of them, and even on others there was button downs. Now I did struggle to find button down knit dresses in the sewing pattern world, and I searched high and low. So if anybody does know of any knit shirt dresses, please pop it in the comments below so people can go and have a look. That would be really good. Now what I did find was a blouse that I thought would work quite well. You would need to hack it into a dress, and that was the camas blouse by Thread Theory. Now it's actually quite a nice style. It would mimic some of the ones that I saw out on the marketplace at the moment. And I think it wouldn't be that difficult at all to hack it into a actual dress. You could just extend it down because it's knit. All of the dresses I found out there that were either an A-line shape or a bodycon style shape. So this would certainly be easy to just stretch into a bodycon because you literally could just cut it further down, and the knit would mean it would hug your body, which makes it nice and easy to fit. You just need to make sure that you're getting your fabric choice right so you've got the stretch there. The other dress that I found, again, was a woven dress, but really simple, really easy to adapt into knit. The reason that I chose this one was because it was actually a fitted dress. It was very close fitting, and it was a Mimi G style dress, and it was the S9463. And like I said, because it was quite fitted on Mimi G's body, you can see it in the stock photos here, I thought that this would be quite transferable and easy to make up in a knit fabric. You'd need to make sure that you are interfacing this, and actually you could use regular interfacing just to give you that little bit of stability on the button band. That might help, and the collar, which would then make it work a little bit easier. The other one that I found was the Mimi G, Mimi G S9741. I quite like this because it had the zip collar. I thought this looked really, really nice. I am a fan of Mimi G patterns. I do think they are lovely. They are always on trend. The only thing for Mimi G and me is that a lot of her patterns are very figure hugging, and I've got lumps and bumps in all the wrong places for that. But again, I thought that one was good because you could have it as a maxi or you could have it short. The last one that I found, again, that has a zip up top, so it's actually very much like a polo neck, but when you have the zip down it looks like you've got a collar, and this was the McCalls 8138, and this was a swing style dress. Now I did see out on the marketplace, hopefully in the pictures that I would have showed you prior to going through the patterns, that this kind of style was on there quite a bit, so I thought that this would be quite a nice option as well. So keeping with the knit theme, I saw a lot of knit dresses. I was quite surprised to see as many knit dresses at the moment because I would typically tend to see these in winter, but obviously these are for the autumn winter season, I suppose. So the first one that I came across for this, because I saw lots of different styles of knit. I found everything from swing to straight, body hugging, and you'll see as we go further into the series there was lots of knit skirts and tops as well, but the first dress that I came along that I thought from a pattern point of view that would work was the McCalls M8174. This was a square neck dress, and I thought that this was quite good because you had the long sleeve arms that were very floaty and had the elastic in there. I actually like the model that this is on. It's nice to see a curvier model in the pictures, and she looks fantastic in this. It makes me want to make that dress, so I thought that would be a good option, and that gives the kind of fit and flare look, or how I see it, with the sleeves that I absolutely love. The other one that I found was the True Bias Nikko dress. Now this would be very typical for some of the bodycon style dresses that are out there now. You could have a maxi, but you could also shorten it to be knee length. You could make it midi. You could kind of style this to how you want to. It's got a slit in the actual dress, but you don't need to add the slit if you don't want to. So again, it's quite a hackable pattern that you could work to fit with any of the trends that are currently on the marketplace at the moment. And the last one that I thought in the knit dress, which would be easy to wear, was the Tilly and the Buttons Freya dress from the stretch book that she has. This probably isn't the most size inclusive in her stretch book. I think she's got only goes up to a size 20. I don't think it would be that difficult to make in the slightly larger sizes, but I also understand that you shouldn't have to do that. But I just wanted to pop it out there as an option because I know that the Freya is quite popular in the sewing community. So going back to woven patterns, so the other typical thing that I saw everywhere at the moment was the shirt dress. This one never seems to go out of style. They were all very kind of floaty. They were all very kind of long as well. I saw a variety of different lengths that they came in, but they were more floaty than there were structured dresses, which makes me think that the perfect fabric for the shirt dresses that are on trend at the moment would be viscose. It gives you that kind of floaty look. Or cotton lawn. Cotton lawn can give you that kind of good go between being structured, but also you've got a little bit of drape there. So the first one that came to mind, which is a very well-known indie pattern, is Tilly and Buttons shirt dress, Lyra dress, sorry. Tilly and the Buttons Lyra dress, let's say that. This one is great because you can have it above the knee, you can add an extra tier on it, but again, it's quite a hackable pattern. What I will say is those of you that watch me quite regularly, you know that I have problems with the top bodice. It does come up oversized. I recommend sizing down, but for most people, I know that they need to do a narrow shoulder adjustment. In fact, everybody that I've spoken to that's made the Lyra dress has always had the shoulder sit just slightly over. So have a look at that if it is a dress that you decide to make up. That is a really good beginner friendly pattern as well if you've not got into dresses before, and it's got the collar and the collar stand, and the instructions really hold your hand all the way through. The other one that I found was the Nicole dress, and this is by Sew Over It. Now I thought this was quite good. There was no tiers to this, so it was sort of your skirt was all on one piece. This was a midi style dress. Now I did think this was quite a classic dress, and it came with just a normal collar or a collar stand, so you had an option depending on what your preference was. It was nice to see this one because Sew Over It are typically fairly vintage, and I know that this style dress could be classed as vintage, but I would probably say this is just a classic dress that again is not one that would go out of fashion, and made up in a viscose you get that lovely kind of floaty drape. It also has the darts in the bust and the darts in the waist, so you get a bit of fit on there. The Lyra dress is very oversized and doesn't have it, although it has darts in the bodice, it doesn't have that kind of fitted in the waist. You've got the belt for that on the Lyra, whereas with the Nicole dress I feel like you've got more of a fit there, so that would actually be quite a nice dress. It's one I am very much tempted to invest in and give a go. So I found two more dresses. It was very easy to find lots of these in the sewing community. There was a McCalls M8285. I thought this was great. This was definitely gathered and floaty and gave that sort of effect that I saw a lot on the marketplace. And the final one that I saw was the Tilde shirt dress by Atelier Jupe. Now I've seen a few people in the sewing community make this one up as well. And again, this one's quite nice. It's got a gathered back. It's very flowy. And again, it's got two types of collar. You've got a regular and a stand-up collar. So I thought that was quite nice, and again you've got the belt finish to that one. So that was the shirt dresses and patterns that I found. I have whizzed through these. How have I done that? So I have got one more category for you, which is the classic midi dress. Again, this is a woven pattern, but you could equally make this up in a knit pattern as well. So I saw this everywhere. This style just doesn't seem to be going out of fashion. I found one that I found lots of... Becky, get your words out. I found lots of different variations of the sort of midi dress. They all were typically kind of had gathering somewhere or something that pulled you in, a bit of shearing to it. They had some very nice different styles. You had wrap styles, you had square necks, you had scoop necks. There was lots of different midi pattern dresses. Now there are lots out there. Sewing Bee in the pattern community, that doesn't even make sense. In the sewing community, the Sewing Bee brought out the buffet dress, which is a very typical gathered style dress a couple of years ago, and they've been around ever since. So some of these you will know, but some of them I found with some of the latest styles that I saw out on the high street would work quite well. So the first one that I want to talk about is the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel dress. Now, this one here is a sheared dress, but I did see lots of styles that I could easily see the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel dress being hacked into, perfect for autumn. And I do think you could easily add an extra tier to the bottom of this. You could add a slit on it, and it would very much mimic a lot of what's out there at the moment to make it maxi as well. And the Tilly and the Buttons pattern, for those of you that have purchased it, will know that they've only done like the rectangular piece for the top version, and then they've given you a guide to the measurements as to how to make the skirt as per what they've made up on their model. So it would be so easy to manipulate or make the length that you need, or add an extra tier onto the bottom and gather it in. So yeah, I did think that was a really good suitable option for some of the dresses that I'd seen trending on the marketplace at the moment. The other one that I thought would be a really good option for some of the ones that I saw trending with the wrap style was the chalk notch orchid dress. Now personally, I love the look of this dress and really would like to make it a wrap style dress. Really suits me and my style. It's very much a lot of what I wear. Now I saw with this dress it comes with a drawstring as well, which means that you get that gathering from having the drawstring, very similar to the Friday Pattern Company davenport dress, which is also another option that you can have. But I did like the chalk and notch dress. I do recommend this one. I think this would be very fitting with the current style. Would be quite fabric hungry if you are planning to make it into a maxi dress, so just bear that in mind. So as I just mentioned, the davenport dress is another typical style dress that again has the drawstring and the extra tiers that you could turn into a midi dress. Now I have made this dress in lots of different ways, but I have extended one into a long dress, and I absolutely love this version, and I'm looking forward to wearing this and taking it into the autumn months. I think obviously the colours on it doesn't necessarily go with the trends, but I will pop a picture in of my version. But the davenport dress is also a really good option for a midi styled dress. Again, so easy to hack. The other dresses that I thought of was the Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress. Again, this dress is very popular in the sewing community, very suitable for beginners and very straightforward, has a facing, again, fitted bodice darts. I would say, again, this one comes up oversized, so size down with this if it's something you're going to make, but you can play around with the tiers to get the lengths that you want, and you could have a shorter midi tier and a longer bottom tier. You could have a longer midi tier and a shorter bottom tier. You can get a style that you want that's unique to you. Just one of those great hackable patterns. The add-on pack that comes with the Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress means that you can have the button down back, and I saw quite a few of them out trending at the moment as well. So yeah, there's lots of different options there with that dress. Now the everyday dress, which is a dress that I have made recently by New Craft House, is also another option that you could have, especially the long sleeve version going into the autumn and winter months. It's perfect for both cotton lawn and viscose, and again you could play around with the lengths of the tiers that you have here, so it's just another great option. So that's it. We are 18 minutes in and I've managed to cover off all of the dress trends. So the next vlog that I'm going to release in this series will be all about tops and bottoms, so I've grouped them together, and hopefully you'll enjoy seeing that too. So if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up for this vlog, and I hope you enjoyed this style of content from me, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, have a good week, happy sewing, bye.